My name's Joanna, I'm 32, and this is my story. Came homeless in 2009, break up in family, and I had my son. I had my first child in 2009. Actually, sorry, I became homeless in 2010, February 2010. A breakdown in the family, and then 19-year-old thought I wanted my own independence, and I struggled. So that's where the whole starting of my homelessness began.
Did your drug addiction start before?
After. Sadly, I suffer with depression anyway, and it really hit me really bad when I was going through the hostels with my son, and unfortunately my son was taken into the HSC, and then that's where my drug addiction began. I took really bad. So that's where my drug addiction started. It was heroin, and then I did dabble a little while, a good few months on. I was taking yellows, D5, sorry, and then I cut them. I never done benzos. It was just the yellows. I cut that out. That was gone. That was on me for about 3-4 months.
Well, do you know that yellows are benzos?
Oh, where are they?
Yeah, volume, absolutely.
I didn't realise they were a part of the benzo family. I thought that was just their own.
They're the king of the benzo family.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought Simafane was the main for the benzo family.
Probably the more used one these days.
Yeah. But it's
definitely
the D5s and the D10s.
Sure. Well, that's important. You know, it's the fact is you were on them when you look.
Yeah, I was on them for about 3-4 months every day. Then they started affecting me in a way that I kind of didn't like myself, so I stopped them. But I did continue on the heroin.
Right. And what was your situation at that time? Were you actually on the street, or were you in hostels, or how were you getting
when my son went into care, I ended up sleeping out for about. The first time I slept out was for 9 months. When we had that really bad. The really bad snow that Christmas. I was out for 9 months from the October, I think it was, or maybe even the September.
13 years ago.
13 years ago. It was 2010. We had this really bad snow that year. So I was out for 9 months during that Christmas period and after into the New Year. Then it was just going in through different hostels for a while. Kind of got a pain in my hole. Sorry for my friend, but got a pain in my hole of getting one night onlys or ringing the free phone and not getting a bed. So I ended up just going back out on the street. I felt a little bit safer, really, to be honest. The group of people that we all slept together in one spot, it was a little bit safer than what it was in the hostels at the time. It's 10 times worse now, but it has always been there. So I left then I got locked up in 2013. I got 6 months and I was out after 2. And when I got out, I ended up going to caretakers up in Christchurch. And from there, then I went to Block 4 in George's Hill. So I've kind of.
What's caretakers in Block 4?
Caretakers is like a 6-month bed.
Okay.
So it's for between 21s and 25s. Right. Oh, sorry, 18 to 25. Sorry. And then from when I hit 25, I had to go. I was at the age where I had no choice. It was time to go. But in fairness now, they did keep me on 2 months after my 26th birthday because of Block 4's George's Hill. To do with Focus Ireland, it's not like a long-term hostel. It was always supposed to be a short-term hostel. It was supposed to be a short-term hostel, and then they changed their policy to 18 months beds in there. After 18 months, you'd move on because there was people living there for years and they weren't getting anywhere. So, and I happened to be one of them people that was there. I was in Block 4 for 5 years. Then 2017, I ended up, sorry, I was in block 4 for 4 years. Then 2017, I actually went to the back of George's Hill into block 3, and
Is that assisted living? Or?
that it's a long-term homeless accommodation.
It's still temporary but long-term.
It's long-term, yeah. Some people, back then, everyone would love and gotten a place there because it'd be their forever home kind of thing, but it was never, it's not supposed to be your forever home.
I understand.
But
it was a bit more secure.
Oh yeah,
in that there was,
core. It's a roof over the head. You didn't have to worry where you're going to sleep every night. It's your own front door, close it, and no one bothers you. And it's your kitchen and sit room downstairs and your bedroom and bathroom upstairs.
Sure.
Then, so I was there, I'm there since 2017, and between 2019 and 2020, I ended up getting myself clean.
Oh, that's great. Tell us about that.
2019, I was in the mind frame where I got to the stage where I was just, enough is enough. Then COVID hit in March of 2020, and that's where...
What was your situation then? Let's say COVID just hit. Were you still in that block?
Yeah, I'm still in George's Hill at the moment. In block 3, yeah, I'm still in there. So everything between COVID and now is in this house.
I see. And tell me something. How did you manage to get clean? Because it's really interesting. You're still technically homeless, but you managed to get yourself...
I am on methadone.
Okay,
and I would be lost without it.
I'm sure.
I would be strung out again.
I understand. But you're staying on your methadone.
But it's my own strong will to not go back there again, because I know what I'd lose if I did. And I'm after gaining everything back, so yeah.
What about your son?
I don't see him. Not in a bad way, but when he was 2 or 3, I couldn't give him the life I wanted to give him, so I decided to stop fighting for him. But I do write letters to him. I am in contact in that way with him, so I write letters to him, yeah.
Is that hard for you?
Yeah.
I know you're smiling there, but that smile's often hides pain.
Yeah, definitely. So 2020, I was with my daughter's dad for 10 years, and he got locked up, and the relationship broke down anyway after 10 years, and I'm with someone else now, and he is so supportive of everything I do. Everything I do, so yeah. I'd be lost without him.
Yeah. So people do support.
I'd be lost without him, to be honest. Whether he thinks I wouldn't be, I won't.
But is he using?
He was, and we both got clean together. So.
Oh, that's positive.
Yeah,
that's really
we both stopped our drug addiction together.
Tell me, did you get emotional there talking about your child? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could kind of hear it in your voice.
So then the summer of 2020, I ended up losing my dad in 2020, June of 2020. Sadly, he had a heart attack. So in July, during that summer, I decided to try and get back into some sort of education. So I done a lot of online courses, obviously because we couldn't go into a group setting because of COVID. So I done a lot of online courses, and that's where everything began of getting my first job, which was in Dunstores in Stephen's Green. I was a deli assistant in there. I had never worked before that because I was pregnant in my last year of school on my son, so I kind of never got the chance to really do that. And then going straight into a year after going into homelessness, everything just didn't happen. So I'm really only starting my life now.
Starting
Really,
now.
yeah.
So what's your living situation right now? Are you still in that block place? Or?
I am right this moment in time, but last Wednesday I picked up my forever home keys.
Oh, wonderful. Where did they
Prefer not to say.
Oh, no, that's absolutely, but it's in Dublin.
Oh yeah, it's
In
in
the
Dublin.
city, yeah. Okay.
It's in Dublin,
Oh,
so
wonderful. Okay, come here. That's great
so
news,
I'm
though.
in the
It's
middle
not
of trying to get
everyone's-
everything sorted out. Yeah.
Sure, and tell us, if you don't mind talking about it, you're still tapping though. Is that you're finding it difficult financially, or what's going
Yeah,
on?
I am currently working at the moment, and unfortunately the job has kind of screwed up a little bit on payments wise. So I do get paid on Tuesday. So, but the electricity has been knocked off. It was
Is this
in the minus.
in the new place?
No, it's in.
In the block. Oh, you pay your own electric bills there.
Yeah, everything is by ourselves.
Right.
So I'm out tapping just to be able to get a bit of electricity and go home to do it until Tuesdays.
So when are you moving into your little home?
I'm just in the middle of trying to sort out and see if I can get a grant off the welfare to help, because I won't be able to afford everything on my own.
No, of course.
So I'm in the middle of just getting all that type of paperwork together and send it off and see what comes back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, within the next 3-4 weeks we'll be moved in.
You moved in.
Yeah.
So have you any advice to the other young girls and guys that are on the street that are
If you
that
really
next
want it, you'll
addiction?
do it.
Right.
And I'm living proof of it.
For sure, you know that you've got to that point where they're all looking for homes
And I got each and every single last bit of that on my own. No help from anybody else.
yeah.
It was me.
And what did that entail? Loads of ringing calls and calling into social.
A lot of-
What moves did you have to make? I'm just trying to give a bit of game to the say the kids that are out there.
It's your mindset. If you want, it's down to you, and it is really down to you. No one can really help you unless you really want to help. I wanted the help. Unfortunately, because of COVID, it wasn't the help. The help was there, but it wasn't the way you needed it. So
right.
when
Because everything
COVID,
was compromised, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You couldn't meet.
we couldn't meet.
face-to-face
We
with your
couldn't. Yeah.
Your social worker. It had to be over the phone.
Yeah.
It was a lot more impersonal, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
even key workers, everything was all over the phone.
Yeah.
But for people out there that do want to get clean, you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm
How
living.
did you do it? Just
The step was doing the online courses, and that's
amazing. isn't it?
affects
Just having a
snowball.
purpose,
Yeah.
having a little purpose.
Well, it was
changes
me as
everything.
well that enough was enough. I couldn't do
Sure.
it anymore, and that's the start. That's the seed,
Right. Absolutely.
and then the
yeah.
growth is getting clean, whether you do it KoldTurkey or whether you do it through methadone. Methadone is a medication. It's like if you're sick or you have a cold, you go and get cold tap. You get the flu
Oh, I get
stuff.
it, yeah.
It's exactly like that. But people have this stigma about methadone. Oh no, but people say they're clean, but then they say that they're on methadone, and there's a stigma saying, well, but you're still on drug. It's not a drug.
No.
It is in the sense that it is a medication drug
Sure, but
to stop the
it's the lesser of
feeling.
two evils, isn't
Yeah.
it, really?
Yeah,
So will you continue with the job then?
Yeah.
Keep the job
Yeah.
and
keep going. It's only upwards and upwards,
it's great.
and keep going.
And I suppose will you wrap up the tapping then soon when you get on your feet, or
Yeah.
do you think it's a bad habit?
Tuesday.
It's hard to drop.
My first time doing it was last week, and I hadn't
Really?
done it in about 6 years.
Oh, we see. It's just you were stuck and you were.
Yeah, and it's what I knew best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Understand.
Like, I don't go out robbing people. I don't. That's what I do.
Yeah, and that's fair. And what about your fella? What would he do for his few quid?
Well, I
It's a
do.
similar thing. Or you
We, yeah.
just look after each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's the main thing. Take care of each other, and yeah. But is there on a path that seems of wanting to better your situation.
Yeah.
And that's positive, and it's nice to hear that and see some results, you know.
Yeah. I've always said that I didn't want to be in a hostel for the rest of my life, or I didn't want to be 40 and still on drugs.
Of course, love, yeah. Of course. Well, Joanne, thanks very much for having an open and very open and honest talk about your situation.
I just hope that any young person that's only starting out sees it and doesn't start the drugs in the first place. But if they have, if they are,
yes, they need to know there's
you
hope
can,
and a way to
you
get
can't
off.
stop.
Absolutely. Well done.
So yeah.
Well done, because I know it's not easy. Yeah.
No, and I'm fine.
You take care out there, okay?
Oh, I will.
Good girl.